You know something? Mike is gonna make you laugh so hard, you'll cry. I'm not kidding around. The truth is, this is the best show I've seen in Branson. Why? Because it's from the heart, that's why.
Well, that, of course, was Tony Orlando back in my theater in Branson, Missouri. Hi, everybody, I'm Mike Radford, and you know, for quite a few years now, people have been calling me or emailing me and saying, Mike, you gotta put the Remember When show on the road. But a lot of people, millions of people, didn't have the chance to see it in Branson, but it's really important that they get to see it where they live now. So I got to thinking, number one, do people still like reminiscing and remembering the good old days? Yep. Do they wish they could go back to a time when they left their keys in the ignition of their car, or maybe their house was unlocked and they didn't worry about it? You bet. But most important, the most important reason for me as a baby boomer is we have got to celebrate this generation while we still can. Well, the reason our show worked so well in Branson, Missouri was that we played during a time when our aging parents were able to travel. They would come to Branson by the millions on motor coaches. Millions! It was an incredible time. But unfortunately, they've gotten up in years now and they're not, well, it's impossible for them to travel. So that's what makes it more important for us to take the show on the road. We're going to bring the new Remember When show to them. And just like in Branson, the entire show has lots of audience participation that evokes tons of laughter. And remember, laughter's the best medicine. And you'll even have your own Queen for a Day, chosen from right there in your audience. And of course, we always honor and thank our veterans too. This is a big hit everywhere we go. I remember my mom came to Branson in 2002 to see my show, and there she sat right in the front row, and I looked at her and she was just beaming with pride. I mean, after all, her little boy was a star in Branson, Missouri, and people actually paid good money to see me perform. Imagine that. So you can't imagine how excited I was when I got to take her to see Les Brown and his Band of Renown. Now, Les Brown and his Band of Renown, well, there's a very, very, very magical and important part of my history when I tell you the rest of this story. You see, in 1946, my father had just returned home from World War II, and my mom and dad actually met at a hangar dance, and Les Brown was the big band playing as they jitterbugged the night away. So 57 years later, there we were in the Mickey Gilley Theater. I took my mom to see Les Brown and his Band of Renown. It was led by Les Brown Jr. And I glanced to my left and I looked at my mom, and there she was, tears streaming down her face. She was 21 again. That was an incredible moment for me. It made me realize how important it was for us to help their hearts connect back to a time when they were still young. Both my mom and dad are gone now, and their era has almost ended. And that's what makes this show so important. We've got to come to you. Take a trip down memory lane one more time so we can show them and tell them, thank you.
We had a great time. The entertainment was fantastic. Mike did a great job.
Boy, it was great. Awesome.
It was a blast.
It was a very funny thing. I love Mark and Lynette up there on the couch. That was just awesome.
It was terrific. We had a great time, and I think all the rest of the people did that were there.
Mike Radford was unbelievably awesome.
Very motivational. Mike did a great job.
Thanks for the memory of rainy afternoons.